Diski Times, now available in stores around the country.
It is TV powered by World Sports Betting. It is times.co.za. Kaizer Chiefs 1, Mamelodi Sundowns 1 in the MTN 8 semi-final. It's the first leg. Kaizer Chiefs lalifumana ke inqaku ngo Edson Castillo waphendula ke uKhurisho Mudawo xa kuseza uphela umdlalo ngelakhe inqaku. Lona into bakhe ngokuna amaqela antanganye nangona ke i-advantage ikwicala le-Sundowns ngento bakhe befumene inqaku bengabahambi. That was a very tactically demanding game. The first half, Mamelodi Sundowns play with a slow tempo. Kaizer Chiefs, everyone in their own box. In the second half, it started to open up a little bit. Kaizer Chiefs actually got a goal, and I was half hoping in my heart of hearts, like, just keep this goal. Let's keep this goal. What I was also hoping for was, don't lose the game in the first leg. That was the other hope. As football fans, you want things to be neck and neck until they reach their boiling point where in the second leg, then you can see who has the strength. But when Chiefs were 1-0 up, I was like, yo, just keep it like that. So that when you go to Pretoria, then you can make yourself very difficult to beat. But Khurisho Mudawo scored in the final minute of that game. It changes the whole complexion of the game. Tso Vilakazi, what do you make of the game, sir?
Mr. Giyo kunjani mfethu? Ngibulisa wena, ngibulisa Justice, ngibulisa Junior, ngibulisa Machaka. Ngibulisa nemakhaya. Ngicela support njalo like Diski TV. So beka nje benjalo ngijike futhi. What a game, Mr. Giyo. What a game. Well done to Amakhosi. You know, this is what we ask. Make it difficult for Sundowns. Yeah. Make it difficult for them. Don't make it easy. Make it difficult. Make them think. Make them work.
Make them sweat.
Yes. You know, yes, we know Sundowns will score. You know, and
you kept on saying it's only a matter of time. When it was 1-0, you kept on saying it's only, and I was like, no, man. Like in my heart, I was like, no, let it not be a matter of time. But yeah, unfortunately, you believe that they were going to equalize.
Mr. Kewo, there's one thing that I will always say. These guys in the group, forward, in the middle, at the back, you can't match. Individually, they always have that individual brilliance, those guys. And your intentions, you know what, it's just a matter of time. Because I could see Chiefs, they can't even buy time. You know, Mr. Kewu, they can't buy time. I was like, there was a foul, 89 minutes, there was a foul. I was saying, go to the corner flag. Go there, go and buy time, a minute or two, go and buy time. Even if it happens with the time you guys make a foul, you still have time for them to take the ball and put it in your net. It's going to take time. You know, goalkeeper Peterson is getting the ball. He still wants to play.
Yeah, I think so. He tried to buy. Yeah, and I go to Mr. Amkomba, yeah, and reminding him that I'm watching you. I think he, as a captain, was aware that that's one of the tactics. Because the thing is, and I know people want us to be neutral most of the time. And yes, sometimes you are neutral. But here's the thing: like Sundowns wins every match, and what we're asking for from these coaches and these players is, make it difficult for them. Just make it difficult. We can't go to every final, Sundowns, every league. We know they're going to win the league. We already said that, and we didn't like it, but they're going to win the league, whether you like it or not. But when you have a game like this, it's 1-0. Make it difficult for them. Make them sweat. Let's look at the tactical storyline here. In the first half, Kaizer Chiefs, all of them in their own half. And we said, Mulefitsek and Machaka was saying specifically, Mulefitsek will be happy that it's 0-0, even though you guys were asking them to attack a little bit more.
Mr. Nkeo, yes, you play against Sundowns. They're dominating. I mean, if they play 6 games in the league, they're one of those games, and you play against them, definitely you're going to be cautious. But now, my question is, Mr. Nkeo, you're going to sit until when? Because one way or another, I keep on saying this, one way or another, you're going to get the ball. We got defender, yes, come, call everyone. That's what they did, Chiefs. Everyone was back. But now when they get the ball, they can't even have a point of reference to say, maybe we've got Dipruza Lapayana. Like I said, now one thing that they need to do, learn from Bulgala City what they did. Ogoti, let's look at which angle that can we use. And I think what they did was, but you say Udipuria Lapana go up to, like I said, if you can go there, that's a weakest link is Sundowns because he doesn't have speed.
And he's not a left back, he's a centre back.
Yes. So when you go to him, then that's if you can check, Udipuria went to him, and then he came back inside, and then that's when he can get the ball and put it in. So, Mr. Keo, it's very tough playing against Sundowns, Chiefs. But the good thing is that Castillo got a goal, and I was discussing no Machak. I said, Machak, I hear you guys also complaining about Castillo, but this guy doesn't give anything. This guy is not a defensive midfielder. He's a central midfielder. A central midfielder, it means he's got a license also to go forward. And sometimes he goes forward and then he does something for the team. Look at the goal against it was Stellenbosch. Well, no, so yes. Who got a last minute, he scored. And again, today, now, boxing, he scored. But Mr. Kewo, Sundowns, they just need to look at themselves. Why I'm saying this is because we just measured them. When they play Champions League, they play with high tempo.
Yeah.
They squeeze. If they can squeeze Alache and make Alache look like a normal team, then you ask yourselves, but guys, why this team? Because for me, they allow Chiefs also to find ways of defending themselves. While they're doing this, so that by the time they get to our final third, we make their life to be difficult. But well done also to Sundowns. Like I said, Shilogati Miller, as long as Basazofak is cut, there's still going to be a game on.
What did you think about the technical adjustment? I was trying to get Junior to answer this question because this is actually a very... people, when they watch football, they always look at where the ball is going. Yeah. But there are other things here where coaches earn their money. And I thought there are other technical adjustments that I can't mention here because we don't have time. But the one that was obvious to me, but I don't think it was obvious to everyone else, was the fact that, number one, Kurusho Mudau didn't naturally play as a right wing back. He had phases where he was playing centrally because they were trying to negate a counter-attack at Chiefs. Babula le pace Gatupria. So he was playing a Kyle Walker role. Yes. A role like Kyle Walker go England and go Manchester City. So literally you would see him centrally because he's trying to negate a pace Gatupria. And then as soon as they saw the Chiefs are not trying to play, then he went back to the right-hand side. But not as a right-wing forward, but as a right back. So it's like the first 10 minutes he's central, the next 10 minutes or the next 20 minutes he's on the right. And then as soon as they conceded, he was a right wing forward, but not exactly playing on the wide because they need goals. He would literally go inside the box. He made a very good run, which he did not capitalize on. And then he made a good run, which scored the goal. Now, these are the things that you will not really pick up when you're watching on television because you're just following the ball. But once you have a trained eye, you will pick up those things. And this is why coaches get paid what they paid to make those kind of decisions. What did you make of that?
Look, it shows how smart Rolando was and his technical team on that because when you look at Udipuria with that defense, because of Shia because of Shia in the straight, and so it was very smart of him to say, look, Engwen, Genala, and now when he comes inside. The only thing that also Chiefs they didn't realize is that Umudao is here. Can't we do another point of reference to say, Modi, go there? Yes, go there. Now when the game goes on, now they've realized, no man, Chiefs, what we're thinking, they're not thinking. They're not doing it. So let's go back to our normal game. And when they went to their normal game, he sit a bit Lapana Umudao looking at what they'll want to use the side lag. But now when he sees good man, there's nothing that's happening. Then he started to go forward. And there's one thing about him. he's got good runs when he gets forward. The only thing that I'm always worried
Crosses
about.
are very poor.
That's one thing that I'm always worried about. And they've seen ukuthi uLontuzana uHlanti comes and wait. It doesn't go with you all the way. So Umdao, it's not. He made the first run. Wabadlula bonke wakhatha want to goalkeeper mawuthi yaphuma, and then he went even in front of the keeper and get the ball. So now you need to be careful and say, hey man, this guy, he comes this way. I would rather go inside, leave him that side so that it's gonna be easy. If the ball goes over me, then I can still cover in that area. So Utland is also not a good header because that ball he allowed Umudao inside. And Umudao got that header, and beautiful header. Well done to Gabriel. I mean, what else can you ask from them?
Yeah, the away goal changes the complexion of the game. So it changes because we jumped up when they scored. It's like, oh my word. And I was like, damn, they scored. They scored. And then it's like, what this means is Chiefs have to score in Pretoria. They have to find a way, because I believed you, Machaga, when you were saying, even though Junior disagreed, but I believed you when you said, Uba Chiefs in a 1-0. Then is our Amba Epitori Vega. Whether or not they win or lose, we can't be arguing that we don't know the future. Yeah. But what we can know for sure is that is our Amba Vega, because they have this 1-0. And I would have been very happy about that, because I was going to be like, at least you didn't give up and you didn't lose in the first game. You gave it something. But then with 2-3 minutes left, the away goal changes the complexion of the game. How does this look now with 1-1 away goal?
Mr. Nkeo, Awanagamaja, they've got the mountain to climb, the Chiefs, because Nami Bengisho team, with this one, and the way Sundowns Dalenga corner, if they go to Pretoria with this one, I was definitely sure if final, they will go to the final, because they will frustrate the Sundowns. And what I've seen, Unseki doesn't mind to sit. He doesn't mind because look, hey, Utlalile, and then in the second half, Ama changes work. He was left with 2 attackers. Everyone was coming. So just imagine going to Pretoria with 1-0, and then you've got everyone in that pack. It was gonna be, The Sundowns have to work. But I said it, when there's still time, I don't trust these guys. These guys, when there's still time, go back to okay, 90 minutes. If they only add 5 minutes, then they've added 6. I said, no, they're still gonna play. And Sundowns, individual brilliance, it happens. Combination play, data could cross, Umdao could header. But I think it's gonna be also exciting second leg. But Chiefs, they have to score if they want to go to the finals.
Absolutely. Kaizer Chiefs have to score if they want to go to the final. That makes maybe a more interesting game. Best believe if Chiefs had won 1-0, they wouldn't mind defending. They showed us in the first half that they don't mind defending. They don't mind how it looks, like big team versus big team and defending. They don't mind. They know where they are. They know Sundowns is stronger than them. So whatever we can do to get away with this game, we'll do it. Unfortunately, they couldn't pull off the cash and transit heist this time around. It is TV, Times, World Sports Betting. Thank you for watching us.